Everyone, thank you for listening and watching. My name is Nefertiti, and you can find my information in the description box below. Welcome to another episode of Self-Love Sundays, and today we're talking about boundaries. So what are boundaries? These are the limits that we set on people and situations, indicating what is and what isn't acceptable. Boundaries are based on our self-worth and not our self-esteem. This is a common misconception. Self-esteem is something that you have. Your self-worth is related to who you think you are and what you think you deserve. Knowing what your boundaries are and setting them are also two different things, because we often conceptualize things, intellectualize things, but we don't actually apply it. That takes practice and consistency. We all need boundaries. Everyone needs boundaries to protect our energy. And I feel like it all begins with setting personal boundaries, like limiting television, sticking to a budget, not working past a certain time, waking up and going to bed at the same time every night and every morning, limiting toxins from your diet, and not maybe having sex until you've had X amount of dates. So these are just examples of personal boundaries. They're going to be different for everyone. But these are the things that we do to help us feel safe, to help us feel secure within ourselves and our vibration. When do you need to set healthy boundaries? If you feel like you are attracting people into your life that want to control or dominate you, this is a clear indication that you have weak boundaries. Maybe that you've projected to others that you are not capable of making decisions for yourself. Perhaps you feel mistreated, your energy is depleted, you feel guilty, or you have chronic fear. These are all indicators of weak boundaries. And you need boundaries in every area of your life: emotional, physical, spiritual, and mental. When it comes to emotional boundaries, it's about knowing that you are entitled to your feelings, even if it makes other people uncomfortable. And people don't have a right to dump their shit onto you either. It's up to everybody individually to take care of themselves emotionally. You don't have to participate in any exchange that violates your emotional boundaries, even with family. When it comes to physical boundaries, nobody has a right to touch you or be in your space without your consent. We've seen a huge spotlight put on sexual harassment and sexual misconduct over the past couple of years with this awakening, because it's just not okay. It's gone on for way too long, and it's time for us to move beyond that, to heal from that. We also need to have boundaries around time. Not being late, making sure that we allow ourselves enough time to get ready and prepared for what we need to do in our day, and not allowing other people to impede on our time in that way. If they're always late, letting them know, like, hey, this is not okay. I would appreciate it if you could be more timely. Theft and stealing are also violations of physical boundaries. If you steal from life, then life will steal from you. It's just that simple. When it comes to our mental boundaries, knowing that it's okay to agree to disagree, and not allowing others to belittle us or make us feel inferior if we don't agree with them, and not doing that to others. We need contrast. We need duality. Everybody is different, and everybody is entitled to think the way they want to think, to believe what they want to believe. When it comes to social boundaries, not discussing topics that you're not comfortable with. Like, I don't talk about politics because I have some very strong opinions about it, and they're not popular. So I keep those opinions to myself. And not oversharing. Not everybody needs to know every intimate detail about your life. You know, we meet people and they're leading with their wounds. You'll meet somebody for the first time, and within the first 5 minutes, you know that they were, a victim of child molestation, or they grew up in, a dysfunctional home, or whatever they're sharing with you. It's just like, I just met you. You need boundaries around what you share with other people, because not everybody can be trusted with certain information. When it comes to spiritual boundaries, it's about knowing that we are worthy. because we exist, knowing that we do have this connection with our spirit team, but we have to ask for the help because they will never impede on our boundaries in that way. They will never supersede our free will. So we have help available, but we need to ask for it. So how do we set healthy boundaries? Self-love is always the answer, and self-love is different for everyone, but focusing on loving yourself first is going to automatically create healthy boundaries because you're going to know yourself. Scheduling time alone for this self-reflection is necessary. Staying in touch with your vibration, right? Because when you know yourself and you know your vibe, you can tell when something is off. Self-actualization is also important. I talk about this in a lot of my videos. Self-actualization is about being independent of the good opinion of other people, having no investment in power over others, and being detached from outcomes. Setting healthy boundaries is also about accepting your feelings as valid, right? Going back to those emotional boundaries. Now, whether or not you're right or wrong is irrelevant. It's just about you owning and accepting the way that you feel in that moment. And if it's not an absolute yes, it's a no. And this is for anything, especially if you're a sensitive or an empath, right? All darkness needs is a crack. And remember that with all deception, there is some truth in it, because otherwise you wouldn't even listen to it. So if it's not an absolute yes, it's a no. Don't try to make things resonate. Don't try to make things fit. Allow others to make their own decisions and mistakes. This is a tough one because we want to help people, especially if we see people going through something that we've gone through and we see them headed in the wrong direction. But if they're not willing to listen, especially in that instance, then you need to pull back. But we need to let other people learn because experience is the best teacher. Weak boundaries are also indicative of root chakra work needed, right? There's some misaligned energy in your root chakra, or perhaps it's imbalanced. And you can meditate to 396 hertz to help strengthen your root chakra energy. 396 hertz is great for liberating you from fear and guilt. And a lot of times these are the reasons we don't set healthy boundaries. It's because we feel guilty, or we're fearful of being alone, or we're fearful that we're going to hurt someone, or people aren't going to like us. And if you have healthy boundaries, you're going to get some pushback. But you don't know how strong your boundaries are until they're tested. So you can meditate to 396 hertz. You can listen to it in the background, whatever works for you. But this is a great frequency for connecting to any type of misaligned energy in the Muladhara. Working with crystals like mahogany obsidian is also great for protecting your boundaries from incoming vibes that could throw you off or stress you out. Mahogany obsidian is also very grounding and protective. And it helps you to express your deepest needs and desires because it connects to the lower three chakras, root, sacral, and solar plexus. These are all connected to our desires, our needs, the things that we need to feel safe and secure and confident in this physical world. Mahogany obsidian will also help you to move beyond any limitations that have been imposed upon you by others or yourself based on maybe limiting beliefs that you've thought over and over again, based on a distorted view that you've had of yourself. Mahogany obsidian is also great for enhancing and unlocking your creative potential. Black tourmaline is also a great crystal. It's the best protection stone out there, in my opinion. I think everybody should have it. It's great for removing electromagnetic frequencies, again, protecting our energetic boundaries. Black tourmaline is also grounding and protective, and it helps you to feel safe. Black tourmaline is also great for daily aura cleansing and energetic removal of smog, right? Things that you collect during your day as you connect to people and situations and environments. It's great for anyone suffering from anxiety, which anxiety is also an indication that you could have some weak energetic boundaries. Crystal grids are great for boundary work because they're actually set in a boundary, right? But you can use the mahogany, obsidian, and black tourmaline in a boundary and maybe set some affirmations for that crystal grid and work with it every day, meditating near it, or just connecting to the energy in your mind. And just affirm to yourself, I have healthy boundaries. I love myself. Therefore, I create healthy boundaries for myself. Energetic hygiene is also very important for maintaining healthy boundaries. So saging, crystal baths, and doing chakra clearing meditations on occasion will also help you with boundary work. And if you connect to spirit animals, you can call on Panda. Panda Spirit helps you to connect to your nurturing abilities within yourself. And Panda Spirit is gentle yet firm in setting healthy boundaries for yourself. All right. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope this video was helpful for you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you would like to donate to my channel, you can do so using the Venmo or PayPal links below. I will speak to you again soon. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.